Today, we're diving into the mind of one of the greatest investors of all time, Charlie Munger. While Warren Buffett often steals the spotlight, Charlie's wisdom is pure gold, especially for long-term investors. In this session, we'll explore 10 of Munger's most valuable quotes that can shape your approach to investing in life. Let's jump right in. First, the first rule of compounding is to never interrupt it unnecessarily. This is one of the most important principles for long-term investors. Compounding is the snowball effect of investing. The longer you let your investments grow without interference, the more exponential your returns become. Whether it's selling too early or making unnecessary changes, interrupting compounding can cost you big time in the long run. Patience is the name of the game. Next, people are trying to be smart. All I am trying to do is not be idiotic, but it's harder than most people think. This quote is classic Munger humility. Instead of always trying to be the smartest person in the room, Munger focuses on avoiding dumb mistakes. It's a powerful mindset. Often, it's not about being a genius. It's about making fewer errors, especially the big, costly ones. Sometimes the best decisions are the ones you don't make. Third, life in part is like a poker game, wherein you have to learn to quit sometimes when holding a much-loved hand. You must learn to handle mistakes and new facts that change the odds. In investing and in life, we get attached to ideas, stocks, or strategies. But just like poker, you need to know when to fold, even if you're emotionally invested. Munger teaches us that new information and changing circumstances should always guide our decisions, not our emotional attachment to the past. Learning when to let go is key. The desire to get rich fast is pretty dangerous. Everyone wants to make money fast, but chasing quick riches usually leads to risky decisions. Munger warns us about the dangers of impatience. Sustainable wealth is built over time, not overnight. Resist the temptation of shortcuts and focus on consistent, long-term growth. Knowing what you don't know is more useful than being brilliant. This quote is pure wisdom. It's not about being the smartest person. It's about recognizing your limitations. When you're aware of what you don't know, you avoid making dangerous assumptions. Munger's advice is simple. Stay humble, keep learning, and surround yourself with people who complement your knowledge gaps. In the corporate world, if you have an analyst, due diligence, and no horse sense, you've just described hell. Here, Munger cuts through the noise of corporate analysis. You can have all the data, all the analysts, and do all the due diligence you want, but without common sense, horse sense, you're doomed. It's a reminder that no amount of analysis can replace good judgment and a solid understanding of the fundamentals. You should remember that good ideas are rare. When the odds are greatly in your favor, bet heavily. Munger emphasizes that truly great investment opportunities don't come around often. When you find one where the odds are clearly in your favor, that's the time to go big. It's about being patient and waiting for those rare moments when the risk-reward ratio tilts massively in your favor. Move only when you have the advantage. You have to understand the odds and have the discipline to bet only when the odds are in your favor. This quote pairs perfectly with the last one. Munger isn't saying you should invest all the time. He's saying you should move only when you have an edge. It's about discipline, knowing when to act, and more importantly, when to sit back and wait, is what sets successful investors apart from the rest. I think that one should recognize reality even when one doesn't like it. Indeed, especially when one doesn't like it. Facing hard truths is essential in investing. Sometimes we don't want to admit when we're wrong or when an investment isn't working out. But Munger teaches us to confront reality head-on, especially when it's uncomfortable. This self-awareness allows us to pivot and make better decisions moving forward. Finally, that we have found in a long life that one competitor is frequently enough to ruin a business. Competition can be brutal. Munger points out that even a single competitor can wreak havoc on a business's profits and growth potential. As an investor, understanding the competitive landscape is critical. What's the moat around the company you're investing in? How durable is it? These are questions we should always be asking. But before we wrap up, here's a bonus quote from Munger that every long-term investor should keep in mind. The big money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting. This reinforces the importance of patience in compounding your investments. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just wait. If you want to dive deeper into the mind of Charlie Munger, I highly recommend checking out The Tao of Charlie Munger by David Clark. It's packed with Munger's principles on life and investing, making it an essential read for anyone wanting to think more clearly about finance and decision-making. Another great book is Poor Charlie's Almanac, which is a collection of Munger's speeches and thoughts on everything from business to human nature. And of course, Charlie Munger. The Complete Investor by Trent Griffin is a fantastic exploration of Munger's investing philosophy. Thanks for tuning into this exploration of Charlie Munger's timeless wisdom. And please remember to like and subscribe for more investment content.